Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 3 here today on the channel. We have episode 5 of my Grand Cathay, Miao, Ying, the Storm Dragon series. We're playing as the Northern Provinces. Here today we're going to make some plays into the Celestial Riverlands to try and take some more territory over that way of the map. And we also should have, hopefully as well, the Chaos Rift event where we're going to be able to, for the first time, venture into the Chaos Realms with Miao Ying. Now, I've sent her south here because I wanted to try and take the Warpstone Desert, but however, unfortunately, it looks like some ogres have got the best of me there. We do want to make some plays into the Celestial Riverlands, like I said, so we're currently sieging out the Bridge of Heaven, and it looks like Zhao Ming and some other Cathayan factions have made some plays there. I do want to move further north as well to get rid of this sort of Skaven outcropping, but eventually, with more confederations, we should be able to make and get most of the lands of Grand Cathay under our control. We are hemorrhaging a little bit of cash at the moment, but with the amount of battles we've got going and the amount of profit we're making from the trade caravans and taking territories we find, we could maybe look to advance and maybe take some territory down against the ogres, but I really want to focus on the chaos stuff for now. Also, the territory isn't the most hospitable for us, so it's probably not worth getting sort of down further south and maybe towards Kislev and sort of the Empire lands. We might be able to venture down there, but most of the western part of the map is not hospitable for Cathayan territory whatsoever. Alright, anyway, let's move this small army in. Nothing too crazy inside. A couple of savage orcs. A valiant defeat for the Order Resolve. Bit harsh, but let's fight this one. Alright, so we have 5 units of Jade Warriors and 5 units of Peasant Archers. Okay, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but hopefully we can win this one. Okay, so maybe I've slightly bitten off more than what I can chew. Okay, so this is actually the same battle map we played in the last episode against the goblins and the gobos and the greenskins that occupied the Village of the Moon settlement in sort of the center of the map. So we're just going to play this one a little bit slow. So what I want to do is just make a nice, strong, long front line. We'll move my Dragon-Blooded Shogungur up. We've also got Dragon Breath as well. That's going to really help us out in this one. And we'll hold in formation, be quite defensive, and just sort of brace and hold the line and allow our bowmen to do the work. Now, the Savage Orcs, if we attack them and engage in combat, they're probably going to beat us at the tick rate. So what I want to try and do is just try and soften them up where we can, because they have little to no armor. Very vulnerable missile resistance as well. Alright, so maybe just try and blob you up. And we'll get a Dragon Breath on there as well. This should be really quite potent of burning and crisping away these Savage Orcs. Alright, let's speed things up. As if this battle goes the exact same way as the last one I played on this map, it's not going to be too micro-intensive or like tactically challenging. It's just whoever can inflict the most damage. Okay, so they've pulled back, so we can probably advance to a better position. Because technically, can you see those bowmen there? They're really clipping the side of my Jade Warriors, which is what I don't want. So it will put us more into a precarious position, and might even encourage them to attack a bit more. But I think we're good. Alright, let's get another shot off there. It wasn't the best. Some of them were not there in no man's land a little bit. Alright, let's just try and get those shots off. And just keep on peppering them with arrow fire. And then give them the salt of the dragon breath. Look at this. We've managed to take a huge chunk out of them already. So we'll use these smaller armies that we got from those confederations to try and take as much territory as we can. Because you really do want to try and hold the Great Bastion. Don't allow for anything to get through. But also you got to take territory, man. Especially around Cathay. Because once you get an entire province, if you build the right defensible buildings, they can really hold. You don't need to garrison them that much. Like, you can build huge garrisons. And the growth and wealth from these settlements, like, it's kind of like the High Elves in the sense that, like, their cities can have huge garrisons. And they can just be huge and generate so much money. Maybe that's why I like Cathay so much so far. I've been really saying their praise. Like, I've really been just focusing on this campaign more so than others. Because I've just been enjoying it so much. But yeah, the battles feel like the Empire, or the campaign map. Yeah, it's a little bit like the Empire, but it's actually probably more akin to the High Elves, to be honest. The amount of trade you get. Alright, so far we are just smashing these orcs that are coming up here, which is perfect. And I'm really tempted to advance the line, because it will allow my archers to get in a better quality range. So we're still sort of following the trajectory in these battles in the campaign of smashing greenskins and Norskins and chaos, like just like the normal like chaos marauders and stuff, and we just struggle against Zinch and a couple of others. Curious to see how we do against Nurgle or Khorne or Slaanesh, to be honest. Okay, we're just hitting anything that's sort of coming up here. That should be a good dragon breath if it's going to go off. No, why didn't it go off? There we go. In combination with the arrow fire, it's working an absolute treat. Fortunately, some of these Jade Warriors look a little bit green around the gills, ironically. Get it? Because we're fighting greenskins? It's terrible. Terrible joke. Or that they're green because they're Jade. I don't even know what I'm saying now. Okay. 55, 6% enough over now. Oh my god. Those savage orcs, man. They just pack so much of a punch. We're actually going to lose 2 Jade Warriors here. Come on, we just need to get that DPS up. Come on. Inflict that damage. Okay. There's only a handful of them left, and they've retreated mostly. And as what I can see here, what they've got in reserve, just thankfully, only archers, really. We're only just in range of that arrow tower now, I think. It's only tier 1 anyway, so it's not really pumping us too much. Ah, these savage orc archer boys aren't going to last too much longer. Oh, here we go. Oh, welcome to the party, General. Let's just move my archers back. He came in firing there with fists of fury. Ah, oh, damn, he's actually caught those archers there. Ugh, we just need to pull you back because my lord probably isn't going to do the best on horseback. It's actually better to get the arrow fire off. But nothing too crazy for this first battle. Just a decent victory in the end. Okay, no matter it was a decisive defeat, it had to be a Pyrrhic one to win it. Just because those Savage Orcs are just so good on the battle map. Alright, so our Lord got 100 kills. And we allowed the Jade Warriors to really take most of the damage. And allowed the Archers to get the kills and do most of the work. Cool. They did outnumber me slightly as well. But not too shabby. And we've taken the Bridge of Heaven here. Our first in the Celestial Riverlands. So Shang Wu and Shilong over here. Right. We're just out of range of that Skaven force, which is annoying. Oh, I've actually been attacked here. Clan Spittle. We'll retreat. Because we do have two there. Ah! The dwarfs want to trade. Sure, I'm definitely going to accept that. Caravan encountered. We can take some Jade Warriors or some Jade Crossbowmen. Definitely the Crossbowmen. And Jin Shen has been destroyed. And the Imperial Wardens have given us a hideout. Okay, so you actually fled back there after their retreat. We'll advance because we want to push into the Jade Wind Mountain. Even though technically it's not the most hospitable. I guess we go for the settlement rather than the army outside. Because it's probably not going to drag you in. That's just a lot of Skaven to deal with. What are we looking at? Oh, okay, that's quite a nightmare. Look, you know what? I think I'll just auto-resolve this one. We've already played a lot against Skaven when we had to deal with... Who was it? Deathmaster Snicketch, wasn't it? So, auto-resolve that one. I don't want to play too similar of a battle that we've done already. Because there's just so much other factions and content to play in Warhammer. Alright, let's push into Yang now.
All Cathay will benefit.
Oh, what's this? During the end turn phase?
The god bear roars in pain. A death rattle felt across the dimensions. Its arcane energy rips across the mortal plane, creating rifts and scarring the world with gateways into the Chaos Realms.
Okay. What's this? Oh, so I think this is like irrelevant stuff. This is just not to do with the Rift stuff. 1,000 treasury. Extort the trader. Return the brick to the Bastion. Maybe that. Get the control. Yeah, -3 leadership. We can't afford to have that. As we're doing event stuff now.
The Tome of Fates knows all. The rifts are our opportunity to reach the Chaos Realms. Now, I truly earn my fee. And yet, a gateway opens both ways. While we may traverse the rifts to enter the realm of chaos, or even be transported to far-flung areas of this world, we must close the gateways not required, or the demon tide that flows forth will lay your lands in ruin.
Okay, fair enough. Alrighty, so let's have a look where the rifts are. Okay, so we currently have 5 throughout our lands, 1 in our allies. So I guess what we want to do is try and close them. But we will need to allow Miao Ying to go through one to a Chaos Realm. And we get to choose which one to go to, I'm assuming. Haven't done this before, but I have seen various other content creators
by our ancestors.
do it,
Master of the province.
but not so much for it to spoil too much for me. To be fair, I think it's been featured on Let's Plays actually by CA. Now thinking about it. All right, so I guess we'll go with a confederation with the Jade Custodians.
For the dragon.
Now maybe an alliance with them, and then we can work our way to a confederation
All right.
with the Imperial Wardens. Yeah, that's what I want. We eventually want to get a confederation with them, the Custodians, and then maybe the Burning Wind Nomads.
It is my sacred duty to welcome you to
You used to be able to get a lot of money out of doing confederations, but I think they patched that. Anyway, we've actually got another piece of the Great Bastion under our control, which is actually kind of huge. Our control will go down a bit. And everything we've done to sort of get our Yin and Yang back on track has been thwarted by another bunch of settlements. They have their own Yin and Yang buildings, and we've got more generals in. So, as I'm saying, man, it's super hard to try and get the balance right. Unless you start turtling up and not confederating in a time of peace. My god, we are hemorrhaging 4,000. That's insane. Hopefully that might reduce a bit if we can put an army into the Great Bastion. But we've got a lot of micro now to deal with. Also on the campaign map than anything. To be fair, we probably don't need this secondary army, but I kind of want to try and get the peasant horsemen and that out. And get the Jade Warriors in. Because if the Turtle Gate ever gets attacked, it'll be worth it.
I will be obeyed.
Alright, let's move there. Alright, so I think we're ready to go and venture into the Chaos Realm, and there's a Nurgle rift here.
To trespass upon the Chaos Realms is to step into a nightmare. 4 domains ruled by their cruel masters. Nurgle, the master of plagues. Slaanesh, the lord of excess. Tzeentch, the changer of ways. And Khorne, the blood god. We must visit each realm and steal a soul from a demon prince. For it is these souls, one from each of the great powers, merged together, that shall light the hidden path to the Forge.
Okay, so we've got a couple of options here. We can enter the Blood God's realm, which I think I'm going to do.
The realm of chaos, a place unbound. The constraints of the mortal dimensions have no effect here. Only the whims of the dark gods matter. Yet there are places where no ruinous power claims influence. In the Forge of Souls, Be'lakor lurks, and Ursun dies. Until we have the 4 demon prince souls, it will remain out of reach. The Blood God's domain. Upon its blood-strewn ground, armies of demons clash in gladiatorial contests of unending slaughter. Battle through this cauldron of war and reach the Brass Citadel. There you will find the Gatekeeper, the favored demon prince of Khorne. Kill him to claim his soul.
Also, you would have seen some visual texture bugs there. Please take into consideration, guys, that Warhammer 3 is still under development, and I'm still using an early access build. I think what's doing that is because my save technically isn't save compatible, because they're constantly putting out new builds and updated versions. So it is a known issue and will be fixed before launch. Okay, guys, welcome to Khorne's Chaos Realm. Now, unfortunately, we can't do anything as we've just landed, we have no movement points. But there's a bunch of armies we have to go and take out to sort of gain the Blood God's gaze. Could have gone with Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, or Khorne, and I've made the decision to go with Khorne because I think it's probably the most popular, it's most well known of the Chaos Gods. So we'll try and advance out when we can. We might have to sort of deal with those rifts to the east beforehand, but there's definitely, depending on who you play as and depending on which faction you decide and how you sort of build your armies, there's probably like a way you should take each Chaos God out. Just actually here, I might actually play this one because this is our first time fighting in any Nurgle units. We've fought just like United Chaos stuff and obviously Tzeentch, but we haven't actually seen the Nurgle units. So let's have the Battle of the Terracotta Graveyard against the Plague Bearers of Nurgle. They have poison attacks, and they're obviously a demon minion of Nurgle. Now this should be cool. But yeah, it's sort of like a rock, paper, scissors with the Chaos Gods. Every single one sort of goes in a circle, which can beat which. So I think Khorne is probably one of the harder factions for us to face, as they're very heavy on the melee. If we can keep at a distance, we should be able to smash them with our arrows. Nurgle are incredibly weak from arrows, especially missile fire and explosions, but they do have like a pestilence trait. So maybe I should have technically gone to the realm of Nurgle first, because it's easier. But because you go in various, we have to go another 3 times into the Chaos Realm, so I guess the later in the campaign it's going to be easier. I would imagine Slaanesh is probably going to be one of the harder factions to face for Cathay, as they're not really a mobile faction. Like, we are very slow in moving and setting up, so we've got a lot of vulnerable artillery. So you would imagine they would wrap around my lines and attack, and we've already so far struggled in battles against Kyros Fateweaver. We have lost a lot of units. We have to get past their shield, essentially, and their missiles rival that of our own. But enough about the Chaos Gods. Let's have a look at Nurgle in this crazy looking battle map. Look at this. Oh no! As a plague spell rips on through the melee front line and hits my back archers as well. Now, we can summon a unit of ancestral warriors as we're in harmony. Also got some other spells as well, but we should be able to destroy, decimate, and maybe even dispatch those Nurgle units before they even clash with my Jade Warriors on the front line. Look at, some of these are already at half health. And we'll send these Celestial Warriors around the back. And here we go, Jade Warriors standing against the might of Chaos, as Cathay stands against Nurgle for the first time. Clear cut auto resolve, but I just thought, why not show off the Nurgle units for the first time. I'm still very much undecided of what Chaos faction to play as in my first series, but I do want to put a lot of effort into this Cathay series, and then I think I want to do sort of one at a time. I don't want to bite off too much than what I can chew, and set it on multiple campaigns, on multiple factions, because look, we've got a year worth of content on Warhammer 3 potentially. Plus various free LC and DLCs to come as well. So we only lost 23 in that short battle, and another great victory for the Northern Provinces. Nurgle, unfortunately, didn't really stand a chance. So that makes me think maybe I should have gone to the realm of Nurgle. Would have been much easier, and obviously maybe easier for the fights to come, because we will have to fight and claim a Demon Prince soul, as the advisor said. But 2,400, pretty decent for just closing a Chaos Realm portal. Oh, we've actually been attacked here during the end turn phase. And Skarbrand has come through the portal as well. Alright, we'll fight this one, our first battle. in the Chaos Realm. We're fighting some treekin, which is quite cool. The Wrath of Nature. Let's go. Unfortunately, guys, for whatever reason, I can't play this battle. It keeps on crashing. Like, it's a decisive victory. We're gonna win it, but it just won't let me play. I think it's because of my save. That's super annoying. So the first battle in the Chaos Realm we can't play. It's just because of my save compatibility. Because I started recording on a different build, now it's changed. So, what about this one against Skarbrand? Is it going to allow me to play it? It is. Well, we'll fight this one then. Because now Skarbrand's rocked up. We don't want him to take out those other armies. And also, this would be a massive opportunity to get his trait. So, wow. Let's fight and hopefully try and get rid of Skarbrand. Yeah. I tried ages trying to get that battle going, changing settings and stuff, but I think it's just an issue sometimes. But hey, this is what early access and pre-development is all about. Because this is still like a month-old build before even the final one that comes out or so. Alright, so I wonder what Skarbrand's trait is, to be honest. It's quite interesting that he's now rocked up and we have to deal with him in the Chaos Realm. He could have very well gone to any other one. But he's here defending his realm and the Demon Prince, let's say. So, we're really going to have to focus on our magic, our artillery, and missile ability. And hopefully Miao Ying, in dragon form, can deal with Skarbrand. But here he is, the demon legend, with his minions of Khorne. Alright, it's a 50-50, and already our Sky Junk is getting some shots off. I want to try and get my cannons and Sky Junk to fire and focus everything at Skarbrand where we can. The quicker we can get rid of him, the better. Alright, so we are attacking them at the end of the day, so I do want to try and toggle off some stuff. So turn off skirmish mode. Keep fire at will on. And toggle guard mode on. Alright, we're going to move Miao Ying into dragon form after she gets that physical resistance. And with my Astromancer up as well to deal with units on this front line. So, we're not doing too much damage, but now if we move Miao Ying, I'm curious to see how well she performs in combat with the demon. So, we'll just left click move you and try and work our wind blasts right down the front line. Skarbrand the Exiled. And we'll buff Miao Ying in dragon form as well. Just to get some additional help in trying to break down the demon. I'm nearly tempted to drop a lightning bolt bang on him. Now that we've pinned him down there, it might be advantageous for us to do so. Clipped him just. Not a full-on attack. Alright. The army seems to be moving now. So let's move Miao Ying out. Let's continue to focus our firepower on Skarbrand. I don't want my Astromancer to get caught. But we need to pull back. Oh, my cannons are repositioning. Just halt. You got to be careful. You're getting way too close to the archer front line. I do have my iron gunners and I think I said Jezels there. I meant crane gunners there. Oh my god. Skarbrand has managed to slip the combat and gaze of Miao Ying, and he's charging with his front line. Keep on peppering and bombarding him. Miao Ying is currently a higher level general than him. 22 to his lower. Oh, I misplayed that, but that's okay. We're ripping through the Khorne cavalry as it charges through. Okay, he's level 13. Okay, good. That's what I want to see. One at a time. Move on up. We might be able to try and get them. Alright, we've managed to catch Skarbrand again. But this is going to be an ultra close battle. We've got to whittle down and rip through anything we've got going. We need to focus on Skarbrand. Getting rid of him with Miao Ying is imperative. Oh, that's huge. That augment. We'll chuck that on her. That might have just won us to battle, that RNG. There were some huge buffs. Oh no, we've been flanked here. And our cannons have been neutralized. We're losing a pretty decent amount. I don't know on this difficulty if I brought a good enough army to be in here. But we've managed to get rid of Skarbrand. Dude. The RNG of that augment, oh my god. But Miao Ying, although she's taken out Skarbrand, she is incredibly battle scarred herself. Look at her health, it's so depleted. And she's actually running away. Alright, we need the Astromancer to realistically now step up and act as the commander on this battlefield. Yeah, it's like some Manticore augment, which is cool. Alright, she's back in it. I'm actually going to switch her to normal form, I think. Because she's going to need to heal. We do have a little bit... Oh, no, we don't. I was going to say, we might have a little bit of Winds of Magic left, but we're bloody dry. Alright, let's move on up. Yeah, already. Their cavalry and bloodletters are really putting a punch on us. Yeah, I can't imagine dealing with Slaanesh in this early game when you've just got such lightning fast, quick and strong units. There's already these guys wrapping around the back of my line and doing most of the damage. Yeah, I'd nearly recommend maybe going, if you're playing as Cathay, go Nurgle first, then Khorne, then maybe Tzeentch or Slaanesh, depending on your army build. Got some bloodletters here getting stuck into the Jade Warriors. Because to be fair, we're still running with a early tier army. And they're taking an absolute beating. However, they do have silver chevrons, most of them. What's really supporting us is these cannons. The Sky Junk. I'm curious to see how the Crane Gunners go. Alright, we just need to just heal where we can. So another augment. 40 melee attack. Yeah, that's what did him in. We're so close there. I can't believe that. Because as you're in the Chaos Realm, you do get a spinning a roulette wheel of what you can get. Spells wise to help you out. Okay. Now, as you see, we've got the Law of Death. Plus 33% armor piercing if we were to use it. I think just keep on replenishing my front line. It might even be advantageous if we win the battle to replenish. I think with Chaos minions though, they seem to be sent back to the Chaos Realm. They don't give you the opportunity. They just like dissolve away, you know what I mean? Like the vampires and the Vampire Coast. Yeah, they seem to be dissolving when they destroyed, yeah. Because what you can do with humanoid factions like Norska and Marauders when they retreat is you can allow them to run away to the edge of the battle map and it allows you to heal up a bit. But to be honest, I'm happy that this battle map works. Yeah, it's just got to do with my save compatibility. It even happens with Rome Remastered in the mods I'm using. Sometimes the modders or the devs update the game and then the save. There's like minor bugs here and there. But this battle seems to be working, which is good. I'm happy that we're able to play this one against Skarbrand because this is massive. Okay, I need to pay attention here because we've got a couple of... The Crane Gunners, the Jade Warriors and the Cannons are now fully gone. It is about 65% in our favour, but you can lose from this position. We've managed to heal Miao Ying. Now she's back in dragon form. Just got to be a little bit careful doing this. So we needed to eliminate Skarbrand, as you never know, depending on how quick he is on the uptick, he could have very well beaten us to claim the Demon Prince soul. But getting rid of him will give us a legendary trait. It's going to cost us huge, so we might actually have to turtle up and recruit from our global recruitment pool in the Chaos Realm. But if no one else is here, we'll be laughing, as we'll be able to take out the rest of the surrounding armies. Hopefully. Hopefully they don't crash like that one. Yeah, it must do something to do with the battle map. Maybe they updated that specific one for whatever reason. Because everything else was fine, I didn't even notice. But this is just a weird me problem, being in early access. Okay. We've rallied a little bit here. But it looks like we are going to beat Skarbrand, Khorne's champion, here today. But I'm not going to lie, as we're coming to the tail end of their units, it's going to be at a terrible cost to Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon, and her Cathayan expedition. Unless we've got a direct damage spell now. The last one wasn't the best. But victory, we've claimed victory here today. Alright. If I've got time, I might actually do it. Oh, heck, the cavalry's going, so I guess hit that. Yeah, so it ended instantly. A Pyrrhic victory. So we outnumbered them by 300, but dude, look at those blood letters. Oh my god. Silver Chevron as well, 150, 150. The Hounds and the cavalry caused a lot of problems. Skyjunk 99. Crane Gunners didn't do the best. The Iron Gunners did better. But a Pyrrhic victory. And Skarbrand the Exiled is no more. Wow, a 6,000 monetary addition to our coffers, to the war chest. And look, she's nearly actually hit the end of the red bar. Right, we can officially get Lightning Strike now. We put the investment into that. That's going to be really useful for the late game. And Astromancer, we've gone with Arcane Conduit already. I guess we go with this bombardment spell. Oh my god, we did it. We got rid of Skarbrand. And yeah, so we've nearly hit it. Okay, so what did we... No, that's Deathmaster Snickitch. Weapon strength and plus charge. Spell resistance for Kyros. So we've managed to take out 3 legendary lords. We've only got 400 men. We're going to have to replenish. Let's continue to try and close some of these rifts back in Cathayan territory. But yeah, we just had to get rid of Skarbrand. Like, maybe if I was even to attack those other armies, he could have very well attacked me when I was weak. So we'll get rid of some of these rifts now. They mostly seem to be an annoyance. If you can deal with them early on, you can even move in force march and attack them, which is kind of cool. So for example, at the Turtle Gate here, we're in a force march. If you leave it longer, I think the forces grow, but we'll close the rift here, and a decisive victory will take it. We've already fought against Nurgle, so we don't need to fight against him again. I've already shown you off their units. But so far, there's only a couple more rifts sort of near me, only one within my own territory. Okay, still dealing with more rifts. We're turned 36 into the Cathayan Let's Play. And we'll send you down south. So we have a handful of armies in operation. We're still working towards Confederation as well. And Miao Ying we want to replenish and repair and get back to strength to take out more Chaos Realmed armies. And also get strong enough to deal with the Demon Prince within Khorne's realm. Okay, so military alliance, the closest we can get is with some of the ogres that like me. We can get a trade agreement with the Brotherhood of the Bear in Kislev with Rustilin, so we'll do that. And we could sign non-aggressional pacts, but no. Yeah, look how depleted we are, man. We've really just got to try and chill. We've got 13 turns, and there's no one else in here, so we'll go into a fort. So we're going to be able to get basically Miao, Ying, and the Astromancer's health up. I'm just trying to think, are we better off to recruit 3 fresh, or maybe just like merge up in the end? And we'll focus on our army build reconstruction later. Alright, more trade agreements have now opened up, because we now have more trade resources that I've invested in. We can actually get a trade agreement with the Empire outpost of Marienburg, which is huge. Oh, so I've only got limited trade lanes, which is annoying, but that's probably realistic. So we can't get trade after the one with Marienburg. We can't like just trade instantly with Talabekland, which I guess sort of reduces the trade economy snowball that can quite often happen with High Elves and now with Cathay. So I guess they've reworked that, which is really quite cool. Okay, I've skipped a little bit ahead. We're currently 40 turns into the Let's Play now. We've still got more rifts that we do need to close. This one's just south of the Shrine of the Alchemist. Another Nurgle army we can quickly deal with. Yeah, I think looking at those auto resolves from Khorne to Slaanesh and Nurgle, I think our best results have come against Nurgle. So we've got some pretty decent relations with the Iron Dragon down in the south. Diplomacy-wise, have we got any more quick deals? Oh, yes, we can have a confederation with the Burning Wind Nomads. And potentially negotiations with the Ogres. No more trade rights, though. We're still dealing with even the trade from like 5 turns ago with Marienburg. So with the Western provinces, with Zhao Ming, my brother, we'll make a pact. I don't want to make any relations with the Ogres because we might end up going to war with them. But with the Burning Wind Nomads, another confederation, which is going to classically, like I mentioned, throw all of my synergy and harmony in the bin. Because we have to monitor their military units, their generals, and of course whatever they've built there. Okay, so they've got a couple units there. We're going to have to try and structure it again. So maybe once we get all of Cathay under our control, we can get into a perfect harmony balance. But yeah, it's a little bit hard to track with just the amount of confederations that I'm going for, that I prefer to do. But we do have 5 armies now in operation, which is cool. And now we can actually close these portals to the south. Oh, so they've let that one grow a bit, which is interesting. Okay. Even some Savage Orcs there. Okay, back over in the Chaos Realm. As you can see, we've managed to replenish and repair some of Miao Ying's forces. We've had to consolidate some of them and merge them, just because we're in basically a time sake. Unfortunately, if this is the same battle map, yeah, it is. Like, look, it's the same battle map as the one that bugged out, so we're not actually going to be able to play that one, which is super annoying. Hopefully the Demon Prince one isn't bugged. But anyway, we've surely got the gaze. Yep, so we can do the chance to fight the Brass Citadel, which is going to be a massive battle. And we're not going to have time for it here today, because it takes quite a while. I think it can take up to an hour to actually take out a Chaos Realm Citadel. So it's quite a bit. So we're not going to have time here today, but we will have that in episode 6 coming out soon. Miao Ying, still continuing to go up in stats. She's whopping 25 leveled at the moment. And we'll go with the Master of Storms. Okay, so we've got this Nurgle rift here, which we can close. Okay, well, so unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 5 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Cathay Let's Play as Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon. We're doing quite well as the Northern Provinces, but I've got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly for sending me early access and making this Let's Play possible. So a huge thank you to them. Without further ado, I'm going to play the outro now. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.